Hey there. So, we are talking about challenges to creating a healthy lifestyle, or I should say at least the challenges that I hear most often, okay? And some things that we could do about it. Let me just play here with 1 second. Let me just see if there's anything I want to do. Oh, should we add a little like sparkle? Nah, that's a little much. I'm just giving everybody a hot second while I play. Okay. No filter needed, right? Ooh, that was something, wasn't it? Hello. Okay, you guys. So, challenges to creating a healthy lifestyle. We have flashcards. Time. I'm going through them first, then I'll go back and talk about them. Overwhelm. Also under the overwhelm umbrella, feeling like I lack the knowledge. Is this backwards for you? I just realized I've never done like flashcards on live before. Maybe you have to flip it in your mind. Not sure. You can tell me in the comments after. Money. Challenges to creating a healthy lifestyle. People to help motivate me. So, people to work out with, someone in my own household. I'll just write people. The 2022 way of writing people. Okay. Now, what do I think more than anything are the big two challenges? Lack of awareness. Again, we're going back to talking about these. Lack of awareness. And lack of focusing on the quote-unquote small things. And I say it like that because if you have been, oh no, I'm running out of space. If you've been following me at all, this is like circa 3rd grade when you run out of space on your poster. We're going with it. That's what live is, right? It's a chat, it's a conversation. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, the lack of focusing on the small things, because again, like I said, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm always talking about hashtag every bit counts. So let's take that first one, time. How do we get past the challenge of time when it comes to creating a healthy lifestyle? Now, each of these categories we could talk for an hour straight. I want to keep this whole thing like 10 minutes tops. So a brief version of this. Now, if you want to talk more about any of these, the link's in my bio, a 20-minute free consultation call. Might as well, right? Schedule it. We'll chat for 20 minutes, just you and I. You can ask all the questions, and also, meanwhile, feel free to write some questions here too. Okay, time. So one way we can battle the challenge of time is, some of you don't cringe yet, waking up earlier. I know. Some of you are like, I already get up at 4:30. Then this is not for you, because if you're getting up earlier than 4:30, then you're really not getting enough sleep, and that's a whole other challenge, okay? Sleep is important. When I say get up earlier, I'm talking like, for those of you who maybe get up the second before you need to leave for work, essentially, right? Or just have to log into your computer because hashtag work from home. So maybe instead of having your alarm at, say you work at 8:30, instead of having your alarm go off at 8:20, would it be that torturous to have it start at 8 or 8:10? Or, let's talk about that snooze button. If you're someone who puts that snooze button on, you are just ruining things for yourself. Because if you look up studies, this is my study show. I don't have the links to put up here right now, but I can Google it for you if you want to see more and find some of the scholarly journals and whatnot that talk about how you might as well just sleep the extra 10 minutes if you're going to snooze, or just get up the first time. So something to think about. It doesn't have to be you're getting up an hour earlier. See how waking up 10 minutes earlier works for you. Again, this is if you already have a schedule where waking up a little bit earlier isn't going to completely destroy the fact that you're not getting enough sleep, something like that, okay? So that's one way to work with our flashcard of time in getting past the challenge, okay? Because there's a lot we can do in 10 minutes. There's a lot we can do in 10 minutes. Yeah? If you don't live in a city, you just open your door, you go out for a walk. Even if you live on a busy street, walk up and down your driveway for 10 minutes. If you live in the city, you can put the coat on, get down the stairs, etc., and still have 8 minutes left for that walk. Why don't you just walk up and down the stairs, right? There's so much we can do in a short amount of time. So that's one thought on time as a challenge. Now, if you're being like, yeah, but I'm one of those people who gets up at 4:30. Got you. Then it's time to write down and examine what does it look like, right? What does my schedule look like? Health is such a priority, or it needs to be such a priority. If we don't have our health, we can't do anything else in life, right? I mean, it's all compromise, I should say, right? If you are constantly sick, if you pull your back and you're in the hospital or something like that, you're not going to work. So then all those hours that you push to make sure that you were putting in all the time at work is a moot point, right? Because you're not even there, or you have hurt yourself, you can't do your job, right? So just some things to think about. So sit down, write, okay, what is my schedule? Where can I find 10 minutes? If that's where you want to start. If you're like, no, we're all in, I'm finding that hour every day. Awesome. Where is it going to be? Are you going to do the hour as your lunch break and that's where you're going to work out? And then do like a short lunch / lunch at your desk? Not that great an idea, but I'd rather see you get that movement in, right? Is it, I'm going to go for an hour walk in the evenings with my family. It doesn't have to be an hour of, I'm doing boot camp, I'm going crazy, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to the boutique studio. Just what can we do to get from where we are now, which again, for some of you, you're already doing a lot of gym time. Cool. Some of you are like, I need to get off the couch, right? And everything in between. And maybe on any given day, you fit the whole gamut. You run the whole gamut. So just some things to think about. Because what did I say? Awareness in small things. Being aware of your time and where we can find a couple extra minutes here and there. And doing the small things of only a couple minutes here and there. Huge. Even something like 2 minutes, right? Park further away at Target. I always use that example. It seems so silly. You're like, yeah, what's that going to do? Because you became that person that is going to park further away so you can get extra steps. All of those steps, unintended, are so huge in reality. Okay? Moving on. Again, I said we could take too long on these, and I'm already starting to take too long on these, but I get excited about this. Overwhelmed with the information. Where do I start? What do I do first? Do I even know if this food is healthy? Do I even know if this workout is the best one for me to do? Okay, the short version of dealing with overwhelm is the just do something safely. What is one step that you can just do and do it safely? If that's, I have no idea what workout I can do, just start moving. Put on music and just dance. Don't think about it. Walk, right? That's such a simple thing. We've been doing it since we were 1 or however old we are when we start walking, right? So taking that, what's one thing that I know I can do and do safely? Food related, that is complicated, right? Our bodies are complicated and the food industry is complicated, which leads to this overwhelm becoming bigger and bigger. So in short, it's what's one thing I know. Maybe it's, I know that buying the almond milk without sugar is a smarter choice than buying the almond milk with sugar. Maybe it's making my coffee at home where I have control over how much I add to it, how much of other stuff that's not coffee I add to it. It's in my control is better than letting Starbucks or Dunkin' or wherever do it and put all sorts of sugars and syrups in, right? Maybe it's, like I love a special treat of getting my coffee out, so maybe it's going to Starbucks, Dunkin', etc., or the mom and pop store. Holler, please go support your mom and pop coffee shops. Get the plain coffee and then get some milk on the side. You're in control of how much it goes in, right? All of those, like, what's one step? But a bigger way to help deal with overwhelm is reach out, right? Like I said before, call me for that 20-minute consult. If you want to dive in and work with a coach, let's talk. If you say, that sounds overwhelming, well, let me tell you, it will help ease your overwhelm so much. I'm also going to start a group coaching program soon, so if you want to get on the list to be notified about that, like, feel free. Just, again, giving ideas to help deal with that overwhelm and that feeling like, I just don't know what to do. One more piece of that I just want to throw in as a helpful grocery store hack, my phone's slipping here, is Read the labels. I did a post with this recently. Read the labels, not what the marketer says. Awareness. Don't read, oh, this is made with whole grain on the front, or this is low fat, right? Or this is organic. Oh, they love to throw that one in. Oh, it's organic, so it's healthy. Or it's gluten-free, so it's healthy. No! You flip that over, you read the label, okay? And if you cannot get something without a label, that's even better, right? An apple, a banana, avocado, sweet potatoes, right? Okay, anyway, again, moving on, because I promised I would keep it going. Money. This is a challenge to making healthy choices. But something I need to say about money as a challenge to making healthy choices. If you don't invest money in making yourself healthier, to being the best you can be now, I can tell you it's going to cost a whole heck of a lot of money later on. Think about that. Our healthcare system is making bank off of everyone who doesn't take care of themselves, who says, I don't have time, I'm overwhelmed, I don't have money, right? Think about that long and hard. If you invest in yourself now, maybe you don't need to spend money on it. Maybe you already know, oh, I can go out for runs and walks and that's good for me for exercise, and I get fruit at the local market and that's good for me. Cool. But if you're like, I need to make some big changes too, right? Or even not giant changes. Invest in that coaching. Invest in that gym membership of small group classes where you are being held accountable. Invest in the local CSA where you know where your products are coming from, right? The farm share. Invest in getting those dirty dozen. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the fruit and vegetables that get the most pesticides on them. Investing in getting those things organic and nothing else. Just if that's, I can spend the money on that. Look at the finances. Look at where we're spending things. Maybe instead of eating out at such and such place, that huge chunk of change can be put into a grocery bill of healthier choices, right? As much as I am the most frugal person around, guys, but if I don't take steps to commit to myself now, be it things that are free or things that I have to spend money on, I'm going to spend a lot more on it later on. Think about it. Okay? I'll move on. People! As I said before, the 2022 way. People. People to help motivate me. I can't do it alone. Oh, we can talk about that already, right? Perspective of that. I can't do it alone. Yes, you can. Start telling yourself you can. That's a whole other live to talk about, but that's huge, right? The mindset and how we talk to ourselves. But again, that's not what this live is about in total. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you start to think about, oh, I feel like I need someone else in order to get my body moving. It's hugely helpful to have a friend. If you saw my story, I ran with a friend this morning. Would I have run that far alone? No. And I work in the fitness industry, and I wouldn't have run that far without him. Okay? It helps to have someone there. So that is a challenge for some more than others. Some of you are like, I'm totally cool by myself. It's my me time. I love that. Go ahead. Yes, you're doing great. Keep that up. But for those of us who are like, I really need someone to help me get out the door. If you're saying, I'm not ready to invest in having the personal trainer sessions or the coach, it's like, what else can you do? Call up a friend who also wants to get healthier, right? And say, do you want to start to go on walks with me once a week for a half hour? Or if you're like, I don't know of anyone who I have close by me, that's okay. There's a solution. Oh, hi, friend. I'm going to talk to you while I walk today. Just call someone. We need people. People need people, as Barbara Streisand says, right? If you get that joke, comment. Especially now, right? We thought by 2022 we were going to all be together again, but we are still so isolated. So what can we do? We can go outside. We can bundle up. We can meet that friend for a walk. We can walk ourselves, but talk to someone on the phone, connect, even take it out of being a me thing. Right? What can you do for someone else? Who is someone who needs to get a call from a friend, right? Do you know someone who's alone? Do you know someone who's going through a hard time? Make it about them and you might be more encouraged to get out and move. Too cold? Walk. pace, step touch side to side, right? Just do something while you're talking. Put your Bluetooth in and you can jam while you're talking to somebody. It doesn't have to be anything choreographed. I mean, be safe. Again, that's always the most important. But get that body moving. How else can we think about involving people to help motivate us and getting past that challenge? Going to a group fitness class, right? When it's safe to be all together, or do something that has like a Zoom community to it and see about making those connections there. I've seen with people at my corporate places where I teach, people that really become friends in the gym, and they've never seen each other in the corporate buildings after years and years of working there. And now they're friends in the gym, and they have like their instant message going off when they're not in the gym. If one of you sees this, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And they talk in between saying, are you going to class next week? Or this person's subbing this week? Things like that. I love that. And all of a sudden, you have that accountability and you have something to look forward to because there's people you know. So another way to think about that. And finally, what I'll say about people, having people to motivate you, think about, there's a lot of groups. And again, challenges with the pandemic aside right now, there are running groups, there are volleyball leagues, there's so much. We have the internet at our fingertips. So thinking about, maybe I can reach out and join a walking club, a running group, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have to feel like, I'm too beginner for it. Because they'll tell you if it's advanced only, right? A lot of these groups, it's people who are beginners and just starting out and wanting that accountability of having people there. So things to think about. Again, that's awareness, to go back to our flashcards, awareness that there are solutions out there that involve getting people around you to help motivate you, and the quote-unquote small things are actually huge things, right? That small thing of, I'm going to call someone that I know needs the extra friendship right now, who's going through a hard time, and I'm going to walk while I call this person, so then I'm getting a benefit out of it beyond the obvious of a human connection, right? But now I'm moving my body while I'm talking to this person too, right? Those quote-unquote small things that end up paying off big time. Hi, Mason in Motion. Thanks for the hearts. Welcome. All right, so recapping our challenges to creating a healthier lifestyle. Flashcards, money. What are some things we can do? Remind ourselves that if we don't invest in ourselves now, we're going to pay a whole heck of a lot more down the road in healthcare costs. Also, that not everything is insanely expensive in terms of a healthy lifestyle. There's a lot we can do that is free or low cost. We can look for sales for the healthy foods. We can work out with friends outside, thinking about that. Going back to being aware of our options. People, we just talked a lot about that one. Recap, don't say I can't work out by myself, because yes, you can. That's a mindset thing. But yes, it does help to have people. So what are some ways that we can involve people in a healthier lifestyle? I didn't talk about food-related people. When you go out to eat or something like that, talk about it, being like, I'm taking steps to be healthier. I'm going to find, it doesn't have to be, taboo, if I ask for the dressing on the side, they're going to think lowly of me. No, maybe they'll be motivated to make healthier choices too, okay? So be your own person. You've got this. Overwhelm. What's something we can do? Reach out to a coach, reach out to a trainer. We can also take one thing, right? The one thing I can do to move my body today. One thing I can do to eat better today, okay? And time. Can I find the time to wake up a little earlier? Can I find the time to do something at lunch? Can I take my family with me on a walk, play soccer in the backyard, something like that? Can I park further away to get those steps in? Can I move while I'm talking on the phone? That goes for business calls too, right? So, awareness, doing the quote-unquote small things. I hope this was helpful. Again, I invite you to reach out. The link is in the bio for a 20-minute consult. I'd love to talk to you. And have a great day. If you missed this live, it'll be up later on, so feel free to comment then too. Take care.